Hi, my name is Garito Stanley. I'm a missionary with Go to Nation. And I was in Esmeralda, Ecuador, doing house-to-house evangelism. And while I was sharing the gospel with a family, another family came and tried to ask me to come and visit their house because someone there wanted me to come and pray for them. I said, sure. It wasn't a house on our list to visit, so I say, if you could just give me a minute, let me finish up, and then we go. So as I'm walking out the house and turning down to the street to where I'm going, they're bringing out this man in a wheelchair. And I'm like, why are they bringing a man out in a wheelchair? Well, as I'm approaching, I say, no, just take him back in. I'm going to come in the house and pray for him. And as I'm walking, I realized they wanted me to do a miracle on this guy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. So as I'm walking, I stop for a second and I just look to God. I say, God, you know I can't do that, but you can. So if you want to do it, then go for it. And so as I walk into the house, we was out like on the porch, and there was a bunch of people around looking to see a possible miracle. And so I start praying, and then the Lord told me to pray for his feet. And I kneel down and I pray for his feet, and then the Lord say, tell him to get up and walk. I'm like, okay. And so I say, the Lord told me to get up and walk. The man literally was basically dead because he was sent home to die. And as I said, the Lord told me to get up and walk. He kind of put his hand down, his eyes closed. He can't move much. And he put his hand on his legs, and he tried to get up, but he couldn't. And then I told him, the Lord said, no, tell him to get up and walk. I told him to get up. He stood up. He stood up, like basically like a mummy. And as he's about to move, he can't move his left feet. And the Lord said, no, tell him to walk. So he moved his right feet. And after he moved his right feet, the Lord said, no, tell him to move his left feet. And as soon as I said it, he moved his left feet. And his daughter that was sitting next to him, she got scared because she expected him to fall out and, pass out. And I just kind of pushed her to the side. I said, no. And he moved his left feet just a tiny bit more. And then the Lord said, tell him to walk. And as he started to walk little bit by bit. By the time he got to the end of the hallway, he got his hand raised, his eyes is open, and he's jumping and shouting to God. And it was an amazing, amazing moment. And as we finished, they even tried bringing the wheelchair behind him, and I kicked the wheelchair out the way because I just knew God wanted him to do that in faith. And after we finished, everybody that was outside was wet. And I didn't know why. And they say it rained as soon as he started walking over the house. And as soon as we stopped, the rain stopped over the house. And so that was a pretty cool, awesome experience to be able to witness that.